Queen of San Joaquin here, and we're going to be changing a water pump in a 2019 Toyota Camry SE with a 2.5 liter V6 engine. Just kidding, I already did it, and now I'm going to show you how. So this car was throwing a P26CB code, which means that either the water pump has seized up, is not working, or the water pump itself, because it's an electric water pump, is not communicating with the computer. But if you have less than an hour of time, you can pull this water pump off and eliminate any electrical issues. You pull this water pump off and it is seized up, you'll know right away. Like I said, it's a very straightforward job. It only takes less than an hour to do. Well, at least to pull it off. Putting it back in, you know, add an extra time. Total, I'd say you're looking at less than 2 hours. Less than 2 hours to do this job. Tools you're gonna need to do this job are a 13mm wrench, unless you have a different size to take off your battery cable. 14mm wrench for the tensioner. 12mm socket, deep socket for your, well, you don't really need a deep socket if you have a regular shallow socket with a small extension, which I didn't have, but if you have those things, you can do the job. A ratchet, a torque wrench, and now since I didn't have a 0.5mm 12mm, I just used an adapter to get it onto my 1/2" drive torque wrench. So if you have a 1/2" drive 12mm, you could use this on that. You still need to have it extended a little bit, and like I said, you could use a shallow 12mm if you have a smaller, you know, maybe a 1" extension, maybe 2" extension. 3" is going too much. That's why I just used the deep socket. Didn't seem to make much of a difference. But that's it. That's all you need. That right there. And of course, your coolant. First things first, we're going to remove the negative battery cable. Maybe. There we go. Man, that sucker's tight. And corroded. There. Alright. Yeah. It's a lot of corrosion on that. Yeah. Alright, now down here, below your radiator hose is the petcock. Do you see that? Can you see it? Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna drain the fluid out into this little pan thing I've got under here. Alright. I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Come on. Got it! Okay, that. I'm gonna open this to, there we go. Let it drain out. Hear that? It is draining. And make sure it's draining into the pan. Oh, shit. Huh. Oh man, that pan was just big and Jesus, that pan. Okay. I got most of it in the pan. Alright, so right below alternator is this water pump. I hope you can see it. I'll get a good angle, I promise. It's down there. You see it? There it is. It's right there. It says Ison or Ison. I don't know how to say that. But that's the water pump. It's an electric water pump, which I thought was kind of weird. I've never seen one of those before. I've never worked on one. Never seen one before. And this is the electrical connector coming out of it. So that's got to be disconnected, and there's 4 bolts around the 4 corners of this water pump that need to be taken off. And so first, to do that, get out of my own shadow, we're gonna have to take the tension off the belt, and we're gonna pull the belt down, take the belt down so that we can get to this pump and take it out. Okay, so I got a 14 millimeter wrench. Down in there. And we're gonna pull up on it. Greasy. There. God damn it. Come off, you son of a bitch. We're not doing this today. Not today. Ow. Ow. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Fuck it. Can I get away with just leaving it on there? It's stuck. Damn it. I was afraid this would happen. One sec, maybe I can knock it off. Well, I can't really get much of anything else in there. It's such a tight space. Whatever, I got the belt off. Now my wrench is stuck on it. Damn it. There we go, alright. Okay, there. There it is. Alright. Get that belt out of the way. Okay. Okay, so there is a connector right here, and it's easy to take off once you figure out how to. So you gotta take your hand here. Can you see that? I hope you can see that because I can't see myself. Okay, and you have to push this tab. There's a tab in the back of it. And you gotta push it, and then it'll come out. Okay? But it took me a minute. I couldn't really see, couldn't really feel, but I got it. Okay, so there's 4 bolts now on this water pump. There's one, there's another one over there, there's one below it, and then one over there. You can't really see these other 3 bolts, just the one right there. So, the one right there. So, you just kind of have to feel it out, and you just got to feel out where they are and know where they're at. Alright, let's do that. loosen. Not bad, not too shabby. Oh, at least the camera moved. There we go. I'll move it back. This is the best angle I could get. There's a down here. Alright. Come on, one down here. Okay. And the last one. Where's the last one? Okay, I feel it. I can't feel it. There it is. Okay. There it is. Okay. Okay, loosen them all. Okay. Okay. This is a 12 millimeter, by the way. They're not on very tight. Really aren't. So I'm just going to loosen them. I'm just going to pull them out with my fingers. I'm going to do the bottom ones first. Maybe. Okay, the bottom ones. Half the time mechanics are working blind. Just blind. You really have to be a feeling, a tactical type of person to get. I can't see these fuckers. Okay, good. They're loosening up, though. Okay, that's a good sign. All right, let's try not to drop them. We don't want to drop them. Don't want to drop them, especially not out here. One. I'm probably going to cut this part of the video out because it's kind of boring. You can't even see what I'm doing. Hell, I can't even see what I'm doing. If you can't, I can't. No one can. Weird thing to make a video about something you can't see. Well, you can see that one bolt though. That's good. You can see the one. Oh, maybe you can't. Where's this stuck? This shit is in the way. You can still sort of see it, but out of the way. Alright, okay, last one. Okay, last one. You can do it. You can do it. Other fucking hand here. You can do it. I did it. Okay. Yeah. All right. There's the cover. There's the. Okay. Get the whole thing to come out, not just the cover. Oh, the cover came off. Not sure that's a good thing or what. Wow, look at that. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, just a microchip in your... There we go. Okay, it's loosening. There we go. Alright. Oh, okay. Come here. Oh, there you have it. That's the ticket. I just shoved some paper towels in there for now to see. Now there is an O-ring, which actually, it wasn't leaking to begin with. You can order it, the O-ring that goes around there. I'm not going to order one because it wasn't leaking in the first place. The pump failed. So, yeah, I'm just not. Here's the pump, and yeah, that's fucking crazy. I'm blown away by this thing. Huh. That's, I mean, I guess, I don't know what was wrong with just regular, you know, regular water pumps. Maybe it's more efficient. I don't know. I hate this kind of shit. Whatever. And there's the cover. And there's the pump in all its glory. How it was sitting in there. Just like that. And, you know, honestly, it's pretty easy to get out. We'll see about putting it in, though. Alright. See you in a day or two. Got the new pump. It's the new pump and the old pump. And I want to show you something. See how this turns? I am barely turning. I mean, I'm barely pressing it and it's turning, right? I mean, I'm barely putting any effort into this. Very light touch, just turning away. Now this one, there we go. I can turn it if I use my whole fucking hand, but it is not turning. Really struggling to turn that. So yes, it's supposed to be like that, not like this. So yes, this is indeed very bad. This one did come with an O-ring replacement. But like I said earlier, the O-ring, the original O-ring was actually fine and it didn't come out with the water pump. It's still in the house, still in the block, and it looks fine. And like I said, this wasn't leaking, and this O-ring from China seems to be a little bit too large. And I'm not going to put that in there. And I've in fact heard from a couple people that the O-rings that come from China for this particular application are too big. It'll cause your water pump to leak because they're too big. And if this part actually breaks or you want to replace it, you need to go to the dealer and get this O-ring. So the gasket from the new water pump housing, so you can see it goes around right here, it also seems really cheap. It's not really seating well. It's like too thin. It's kind of weird. So I actually took the, get that out of the way. I actually took the old gasket out from here on the old water pump, and I put it in here, and it fits really, really well. So it's not wiggling like the other one was wiggling around, and it doesn't seem formed well. And like I said, the gasket's from China. I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with this one. It wasn't leaking. Nothing's wrong. Well, it's not going to leak out of here. This is just to keep dirt and water and shit out of this part. So yeah, that's just one more extra thing I did. So you can do whatever you want, though. You don't have to do that. You can use the new one from China. Alright. Alright, let's get this thing back in the fucking car. Now, since this has a shaft here, see the shaft? And down here, we have a hole. Where are we at here? See the hole? Do you see it? Yep, right there. This will not be hard to align. Nope. In fact, it'll be easy, and I'm thankful for that. hopefully. Fuck this camera angle. I don't know, maybe you can see that. I've got this fucking water in my hand. Shit. Back to the point where I can't see. You know what? This fucking camera. Alright, camera, you're in the way. You're in the... Okay, camera's in the way. Come back. Okay, so I got it in. You gotta kind of push it and work its way in there as best you can. And it's in. So now, I hate this. It's hard to find a camera angle. Okay, it's in there. See it? Do you see it? It's in there. I got it. Alright, I'm gonna put the bolts back. I'm not gonna show that part just because I can't get this camera in. I can't get this camera in there. So, be back. The torque spec for this is whopping 15 foot-pounds. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to torque it down. Get in there. Are you on it? This thing's too big for this. There we go. Double check. Okay, now I'm going to move down to the bottom bolt directly across, or like a cross like the top and then down there, and then I'm going to go up here and then I'm going to go down. Let's see. This is fucking awkward. I can feel it torquing in the air today. Oh Lord. Come on. There we go. Double check. Alright. Top. One over here. Again, I wish I could see down in here. Fucking shit is just... Right there. Fucking God. There we go. Beep. This one down here. Alright. Now I'm gonna go back through and do the exact same thing and recheck and just make sure they're all torqued down to specs. 15 foot-pounds. Okay, and you're gonna put your electrical connector back on. Just snap that right back on. Nope, didn't quite go back on there. Yeah, you get the point. Just snap it back on. There we go, nice and tight. All right, moving on. We're gonna put the belt back. Line this up. We're gonna line it up on the bottom. Looks like I pretty much lined it up, right? Yep, got it lined up in the grooves. Let's see. Maybe if I do it like that. Okay. Let's see if I can do this with my hand all up in my fucking way. Pull up on this tensioner. Fell off the bottom one. Okay. Line up again. Get it. Down a little more. Oh, there we go. Oh, there. Sweet! Yeah! Okay. All right. Reattaching the negative battery cable. Get over there. And now it's coolant time. Alright, so this is going to use a special red coolant. The coolant that I drained out seems to have been pink, and I think that's because it came from the factory. But this is for Toyota, Lexus, Scion, so it should be fine. So this is what we're going to put in there, and hopefully it doesn't leak. Well, you know, that does look pink, though. I don't know why they call it red. Yeah, I'm just going to fill it up until it gets to where it's full. Then I'm going to start it. Bleed some of the air out of this. There. Oh my God. Just enough. Starting to think, oh no, should have got a gallon or more than a gallon. Just enough. And this is a 50-50 diluted. I didn't want to have to dick around with mixing it and all that shit, so. Alright. You can see it's full and it's kind of bubbling down. So we're going to let that rest for just a moment. Get all those residual bubbles out, and then I'll go start it and we'll see if the fluid level goes down anymore. Alright, let's start her up and see what we're working with here. Uh-oh. There's that fucking light! Ah! I'll have to tell them they need to put air in their tire. Alright, let's go see what's going on here with the coolant. Yeah, the coolant's going down. Let me refill that. Alright, so I filled it up and put the cap back on. And it doesn't appear to be leaking, so that's a good sign. I'm going to let it get up to operating temperature, and I'm going to check again, make sure there's no overheating issues or anything like that. Alright, we're sitting pretty. Doesn't seem to have any issues with overheating anymore. That's good. Check engine lights off, but that's probably because I had the battery disconnected for like 2 days. But they had some goddamn air in their tires. That light will haunt me forever. So that was how to change a water pump in a 2019 Toyota Camry with a 2.5 liter V6. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it helps you out. But I'm signing out because I am hot and sweaty and I'm done. Have a good evening.